What's up everybody, this is Yair and today we are going to draw GOTENKS. Okay, so today we are going to draw GOTENKS. For those who don't know, this is the fusion result between Goten and Trunks. But we are going to draw him in his Super Saiyan 4 transformation. Yes, we didn't saw him in his Super Saiyan 4 transformation, and that's the reason we are going to draw him. Get your cookies, get your coffee, and draw a perfect square. Each side will be 3 centimeters, but you can draw it in any size you want to. Just make sure to use a suitable paper size. This is gonna be a frontal pose. We are going to start by drawing the shape of his face. We'll do that by using 5 lines. Then we'll draw his sideburns and his hairline. Next, we're going to draw the notorious wrinkles between the eyes, and then we'll draw the eyebrow all the way to the sideburn. Usually it's just parallel to the sideburn and gets thicker towards the edge. We'll draw a curve above, and then to create the eye, we'll simply use 3 lines, 2 diagonals, and the curve underneath. And we'll do that again to specialize his Super Saiyan 4 eye. Next, we'll draw the iris and the pupil slightly to the left side. Add the cheek marks underneath, of course with curves. And then we're going to do the same exact process for the left side. Next, we're going to draw the nose by using 8 lines following these steps. And then we'll give him a nice smirk, and just like always for Dragon Ball Z, we draw the mouth really close to the nose with a very tiny gap. Awesome, next we're going to draw the ear, so we'll do that by first starting with drawing the shape of the ear, and only then we are going to add all the details. We'll do the same for the left side, of course. And next we'll draw his neck and the neck muscles, again by using curves. Awesome, next we are going to draw his torso. So we'll start by drawing a rough shape of the torso. As you can see, I'm indicating the chest, the abs, the shoulders, and the arms. Again, simply by using geometrical shapes. Now that I have the overall shape, I can add all the details just like I explained before. So we'll start with the vest, drawing those puffy things on the vest. I don't know how they called. It's like drawing a dead snake wrapped around his neck, a baby snake I guess. And we'll draw 2 more of those dead snakes on his shoulders. Awesome, next we're going to refine his arms, and we'll do that by drawing the shoulder, the tricep, and then the forearm. Next, we'll draw the chest muscles. And now we'll proceed with the vest. So we're going to draw the vest, blowing in the wind just a bit. then we'll add his abs. And the belt, of course. Awesome. So next we are just going to add all the details. So we'll draw the bicep and close the forearm. Add a wristband. And we'll do the same for his right arm. Next I'm gonna redraw the vest a little bit higher, because it's supposed to be shorter than that. And we are going to refine the dead snakes by adding some creases. Awesome, now we're going to refine his fur, so we'll do that by drawing some lines, that way we'll create the texture of the fur. We'll refine the belt, of course, by drawing lines from side to side, creating those creases, and we'll continue with the fur on top. Of course, make sure to refine the neck muscles. And now we can move on to the hair. So this is gonna be an Super Saiyan 4 hair. We'll start by drawing 2 spikes on the front. Then we are going to draw some spikes on the sides. And as you can see, I'm drawing each spike by using 2 to 4 lines, sometimes 5. Most important part is to draw with curves. So the Super Saiyan 4 hair is long, but not as long as Super Saiyan 3. But it still reaches to the lower back, I guess. And next we're going to draw the spikes on top. If you want, you can use a guideline to help you keep the right proportions. Awesome, next we'll refine the forehead because I think it's too high. He's got the Vegeta forehead and we don't want that. And we are going to refine the hair by drawing lines from side to side in the direction of the hairlock. Real quick, I'm gonna make some corrections for the abs. Just gonna draw them a bit higher, a bit smaller. And we are going to draw 2 more spikes on the front. Okay, and you know what? I'm gonna make the hair a little bit bigger. Just gonna add a little more volume. And now we are going to ink this entire drawing. We'll use black pens for that, with the tip size being 0.1 for the entire body. But for the facial features, I'll recommend to use a 0.05 nib. It's smaller and allows us to be more accurate on those tiny details. Awesome, and as you can see, I lowered his hairline even more. And don't worry about it because we are going to color it with the black color so we won't leave any traces. As you can see on the side, I already got the Copic markers ready, and if you'll check your top left of the screen, you can see the exact number of Copic I'll be using. Now you can either use colored pencils or just use your HB and B pencils and do some shading. You don't have to buy all the Copics. I know they are expensive. Okay, so we are going to start by coloring the fur. We'll use 3 colors for that, some pink and red tones. We'll start with the brightest one, and for this drawing the light source will come from both sides, which means that the midpoint, the mid area, will appear darker than the rest. Next we're going to use the mid-tone. As you can see, I'm coloring in the direction of the shape, trying to get the texture of the fur. And now we'll use the darkest tone for the most shaded areas. And to finish up, we are going to blend the colors. So we are going to use the mid-tone to blend the darkest tone with the mid-tone, and we'll use the brighter tone to blend it with the mid-tone. That way we can create a nice transition between the colors and get that 3D effect. Awesome, and this is the look we are going after. So we're going to do the same process for the belt. So again, starting with the brighter tone, coloring in the direction of the shape, then moving to the mid-tone, adding the shade. We'll add more shade at the center, again because of the light source. Then we'll add the darkest tone, and of course we'll do some blending. Awesome, for the vest we are going to do the exact same process. As you can see, I'm starting with some blue tones. Now in the show sometimes they color it with blue tones, sometimes they color it with some purple tones, and sometimes they even color it with dark gray tones. So it varies, it changes between animators. I chose the blue, but later on I'm gonna follow that with some gray, and that way we can get a very pale blue-gray tone. For the inside of the vest, we'll use some mustard tones. We'll use 2 tones for that. And now we can color the dead snakes. So for the dead snakes we are going to use 4 tones. We'll use some yellow and mustard tones, and we'll do the same process we did before. Now, as you can see, I accidentally smeared some red on the vest, and to fix that I'm gonna use the colorless blender and just soak that ink out. We'll add one more layer with the mid-tone, and it's just like new. Awesome, and now we're going to focus on the face. We'll use some skin tones. As you can see, I'm starting with a brighter tone again and again, coloring in the direction of the shape. I'm doing it by either pushing lines or pulling lines. As you can see, I left some light on the forehead just because it sticks out more, and I'll do that for the cheeks as well. Just like always, we'll use the mid-tone and add some shade for the deepest areas. And we'll leave some light on the bottom lip and on the nose. As you can see, I'm adding more layers to get more contrast, to get more color. We're going to blend the colors. And then we'll add one more layer with the mid-tone, again to get more contrast. Next, we'll use a darker tone with a minimum use for the darkest areas. We'll blend the colors just like before. And you know what? We're going to use an even darker tone to get more shade, to get more contrast. Awesome, so this is the result we want to get, and we're going to do the same process for the chest, the neck, and the abs. Awesome, and now we can color the hair. So if you guys remember, Goten has a black and purple hair, and we are going to do the same with his Super Saiyan 4 hair. So we'll start with dark grays, adding the highlights for the hair on top. Next, we'll use the mid-tone, that's an even darker gray. And then, of course, we'll use the black color and color the remaining blank areas. waited a lot to color the airline. Now I can blend. Next, we're going to blend the colors, of course. And we'll color the eyebrows as well. Now, as you can see, I'm using the black pens on the edges just because they are really thin and I don't want to accidentally color outside of the lines with the marker. Next, we're going to color the eyes. I chose the yellow color for that. I know that Goku's SSJ eye, I know that Goku's Super Saiyan 4 eyes are yellow and Vegeta's are blue-green, but for Goten I decided to go with the yellow. As you can see, I'm coloring the edges with a brighter yellow to create a nice highlight and adding more shade on the edges as well. Next, we'll use some red for the frame inside the eye. And of course, we'll use the black color for the eyebrows. Awesome, and now we'll continue with the purple hair. So just like before, we'll use the brightest tone. You know, coloring in the direction of the... I'm gonna let you finish this one. And we'll use the mid-tone, after that the darkest tone with the minimum use, and we'll blend the colors, of course. And we'll get this result. So we're going to do the same process for the remaining hair. Awesome, and just like I said before, if you guys remember, for the vest I'm gonna use a gray tone to make the blue appear more pale. And now you can lower the volume just a bit if you don't want your ears to get raped. And we are done! Everybody. So this is how you draw Gotenks in his Super Saiyan 4 transformation. I gotta say I'm pretty satisfied with the results. I think if they ever drew him in his Super Saiyan 4, he would look just like that. I hope you guys and girls enjoyed this tutorial as well. Let me know what would you like me to draw next, you know, something that we never seen before, like Super Saiyan 4 Gotenks. It's pretty cool to create those never seen before drawings, so hit me up in the comment section. Also make sure to subscribe if you're new. I upload new videos every weekend. And I just want to say thank you for all the guys who stick with me in this YouTube journey, because, you know, we had a lot of ups and downs. Right now the views are low, but I keep doing this for you all. I stay consistent, and yeah, I appreciate it a lot. So keep being awesome, and I'll see you on the next video. Peace.